we will have Anda Asere, journalist at Labs of Latvia. I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Anda, but maybe not on that level, which we will discover today, hopefully. So, a round of applause. Right. So, how are you feeling today?
Well, strange.
Strange, because you're being on stage. You don't do it often.
No, it's not my hobby.
It's not your hobby, yes, but I was very persistent in convincing Anda to talk to me for around, 20-ish minutes or so, promising I will just be me, hopefully a nice person. So, yeah, let's breathe in, breathe out, and do it. So, right, Anda, to my best knowledge, you are the only journalist in Latvia, and correct me if I'm wrong, but to my best knowledge, who focuses exclusively for quite some time already on innovations, technologies, and startups. So can you maybe briefly explain, or I don't know, maybe there was some anecdote in life or whatever that brought you to this, to us actually, right, to the startup ecosystem? Why us? How did you think of that? What made you focus on this particular bubble? Quite big, but still bubble, yeah.
So the story is very simple. I started to work at DNS Business, writing about small and medium startups. Small and medium enterprises. And then it was in the financial crisis in 2008, when some interesting new businesses were approaching, like first specialty bakeries, specialty coffee places, some people who are making nice earrings, etc. Some first fashion brands, and also first IT startups. At that time, they were without name, just some kind of programming company.
And those geeks.
Yes, and it was very interesting, and I started to write about them. It was funny, interesting. They had these pink glasses, big ambitions, and so it was very close to my heart. And I somehow started, and I'm continuing to write about them.
Right. So crisis was also a good thing. Well, good for us at least.
It always makes some good endings.
Right. And so you've been writing about startups 10 years, give or take, something like that, right?
Yes, 13, 14, something like that.
Right, and if you try to recollect how the news space, let's call it that way, looked back in that day, 10 years ago, and how the news space, the quality of news, the scale of news, the importance of news, how did it change over this 10 years? The way, and I'm speculating, the way I see it is that what maybe was news back 10 years ago, today would be discarded as like, meh, not really important. Am I right? Or
no,
really?
I would like to tell that you are not right. In my mind, the society and media knows more about startups now, and it's so much easier to get their attention. They already know some main players in the industry, and when you call X for example, Spotify for X industry, somebody will catch it. Mm-hmm. So from the one side, it's easier to get attention in my mind, but you need to do it.
Okay.
As we talked some minutes ago, you should make your appearance. You need to send this press release, you need to tell somebody about you need to go to the meetups, and you need to just show up and tell that, hey, it's me, I'm doing something.
So being amazing is not enough, right? If we don't know about it, right?
We all are amazing, but you need to tell somebody that you are amazing as well.
Right. So
one more thing. I'm very happy to see that, yes, 10 years ago I almost knew everybody in the space. Now I'm coming to the event and only 30% of people are familiar for me. And in the same time, I'm very, very happy about it, that there is so much new blood. But in the same time, I'm quite stressed. Oh, I don't know these people. What are they doing? What's happening? So I want to know what you are doing.
So you are seeing a lot of new faces as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because me too. And at some point, I'm wondering if I'm losing touch. I don't know the people anymore. So
I have the same feeling that I'm getting old, or I can't get the things done because
and
so
I'm
much
like,
new people, and it's so good.
it's like, who are those people? Please come talk to me. Maybe we can help you grow. But yeah, I'm definitely happy to see that. This is what we were discussing a week ago. We also hosted a startup forum, and a lot of faces were new, and we were trying to figure out and stalking people on social media to understand who they are, just in case we can, offer them some support.
The momentum is here. That's 10 plus years of work, and finally there is such a big crowd.
Right. So, Anda, in my capacity as a person who works with a lot of startups, so the Startup Association, at the moment we are 130 plus members. I often talk with startups, obviously. That's in our DNA. We are very approachable, and oftentimes, especially the new startups. Sometimes founders are quite young and maybe not sure. Startups all of them have in a way been there, right? Like when they start doing something is going well. Maybe they attract some investment, and some of them are all aware of you, but they are intimidated by you, and I will explain you why. Because
yes, please do it.
Because I've heard once or twice or maybe even thrice that people call you the godmother of the startup ecosystem, truly. And then I guess that the intimidation stems from the fact that everybody thinks that, Anda is sitting there, the news is coming to her, and she's like, okay, bullshit. No. This is, like maybe not at par. And I see you laughing, and I can only imagine how far from reality this is. But can you please, once and for all, explain this reality? How does news come to you? I assume you also have to fight for search
First,
for them.
I would like to get introduced with those people who are afraid. I really want to see them in face and make connection and show
That's even more intimidating. Okay.
So, no, I just need to dig for the news. It's a really hard job. I need to look around what's happening. My first source of information is LinkedIn, but it's very, very limited pool of resources because it's my contact list, and I'm just looking what are the new positions they are in. It's one part how I'm doing it, some events, but yes, it's really hard to know what's happening in the industry. It's not like you told that some news are coming in, I'm just choosing. It's a proactive job of searching for the news. So I'm very happy when some email of, hi, it's me, I'm doing something, is approaching me, because it's happening really, really rarely.
So people, take notes. An email, hi, I'm here, I'm a startup which is doing that and that, you haven't heard of me, is actually very much welcome, right?
I will
if only more of them happened.
I will come a week later to you and I will tell how much new emails I got.
If I manage to boost the email rates, okay. Yeah, okay. That would be actually very, very helpful, I hope. So, but then you mentioned LinkedIn, right? So this is like one of the sources where you dig the information. What else is there? How do you get to know a lot of news before anyone else gets to know them?
I have 10 plus years of contact list. Mm-hmm. So it's my network, and somebody tells me something. It's yes, it's funny that sometimes I know something before co-founder knows it.
Okay.
It happens. So I don't know, maybe I have such kind of face.
Okay.
From one side, news are coming to me, and from another side, I'm just talking to people, just honestly, just a chat, not asking what was your revenue or something like that, but just normal conversation, and people are just opening up and starting to speak.
Right, but yeah.
Some kind of chemistry. some kind of Talis told.
Right. Yeah. When you mentioned, like okay, LinkedIn and all this. Well, of course, you have your list of people you keep in touch with, and I'm also very happy we keep in touch, right? Because sometimes it does happen that way that we have, I don't know, a new startup member in our association, and Anda has never heard of that startup, so we do share the information.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy at that days.
And I appreciate that you always ask, that you're always present in the ecosystem, and you notice if we have someone new on the block, a new kid on the block, or at our events there is someone, here and there. So I appreciate you always ask. And let me ask you this question as a journalist, as a person. You decide how exactly you answer and what you're comfortable sharing, of course. What does your perfect day look like? So Anda wakes up. What happens to be perfect? For a day to be perfect?
Yes, first 2 hours before my breakfast is deep work time. These are these 2 hours when I do the 90% of my job. Then I'm doing the big things like writing the big articles, working on interviews, making these nice stories that are like to whom nobody else is writing about. Mm-hmm. Then is breakfast, some press release time. If there is no press release, then I'm searching for them, some kind of news. And then in the afternoon, I always try to make some lunch, coffee, whatever meeting with some people. Friends.
To write about?
Not always, no. Friends, colleagues, ex-colleagues, startup community. You can never know where this meeting will lead. Yes, it's just a coffee before the event. Like today I had a nice coffee before. And yes, we just catch up and I have 5 ideas in my notebook.
Right? Because small things lead to other things, which lead in turn to bigger things, and it can escalate to
it's something similar that Talis Juhna mentioned, that this mistake process or something that is not tangible. Yes, right. It's you can't draw this mathematical thing and tell what's happening and why. Right. Some things are just happening.
Are just happening, right. On a side note, I really am wondered about people who can be that productive in the morning. I'm completely useless in the morning, so envy you there, doing the big things in the morning, getting it out with a probably fresh brain.
It's not possible other way around.
Right.
I'm productive until some 3-4 in the afternoon, and that's my capacity. So I'm doing it in these hours between 6 and 8 in the morning, and then I'm doing all the other stuff.
Right. Now a little twist. So we had a perfect day. Now tell me one thing which could completely ruin that perfect day.
It will be like an anecdote. Some time ago, when Printful announced it's becoming a unicorn, I had 2 interviews in this day and 1 very important lunch. So I was running to the interview, I was running to the lunch, running back, and while I was on this interview on the Zoom, I'm just somehow checked up what's happening in WhatsApp, and my colleagues are just, Printful, yes, unicorn. And that's the example of terrible day when you just can't do it, because I have a serious interview as well. The person who I'm interviewing is not anyhow not so good as Printful as a unicorn, and I'm talking and we are talking. But yeah. You see how emotional I'm getting.
Right. So there is a big FOMO, right?
Yes. And now
as a journalist, you miss that kind of news.
Yes, but yes, our team did perfectly. Eva and Julia did everything. And then later, just after the interviews, I just updated the article and everything went smoothly. But yes, now when I'm going to the dentist, I'm always telling Eva, well, if somebody is unicorning, then just to hold my back.
So, or are you saying, please no anesthesia, I need to be able to talk if I'm being called?
So yes, yes, I sometimes have nightmares that I will woke up in the morning and there will be no news at all. So yes.
So it revolves around news, right? So maybe for, to wrap this up, what Anda Asere dreams about? What do you dream for Latvia? What do you dream for startup and innovation ecosystem? We've been talking so much today about, Latvia being on a mission. It's all around, like vision and all that. So what do you envision for us?
Better life. Okay, I will again quote Tālis Juhne. He told that there is no Latvian science, there is global science. The same for startups. There is no Latvian startups, there is global startups. All the startups we have are global ones. And so my biggest dream is that, yes, all of our startups are getting in the global scale. They're doing excellent things. And of course, the flag I'm always speaking up, more female founders.
More female founders.
Yes, we have talked.
Here, we also want to see them, yes, more and more of them. So yes, on this note, I believe we will say thank you to Anda, a round of applause.